Welcome, and thank you for joining me for the first episode of 1000 Days of Feng Shui.
Welcome to an episode of 1000 Days of Feng Shui. All right, that got the chi going. That is one good thing about dogs. They will get the chi going in your crib in a jiffy. If you have dogs, you know this. If you don't have dogs, you're not allergic to them. And, you maybe feel like adding something to your life that could maybe also be a walking alarm on all fours. But a chi enhancer. Dun, dun, dun. Right? This is Buddy. This is Max. I'm Dash, short for Dashel. My parents named me after Dashiell Hammett. This is the first episode, which will be a weekly structure of events that are an evolving thought experiment.
We will be mindfully practicing Feng Shui.
I'm not selling anything today. Today, all I have to offer you is what I've been through the past half a year journey, I would say. And I have, if you had asked me a year or so ago or years ago, I would have probably told you, oh yes, I've studied Feng Shui. Yes, I've studied Feng Shui. Now that I've actually really studied Feng Shui for about over half a year intimately, like applying it thoughtfully and doing something with intention every day, things started to change around me, and eventually it started to even positively spread out into the community, my neighbors, my friends, and I realized I wanted to keep moving this forward. Myself, I am an artist of many different versions of the craft of the arts. Aside from wanting to chronicle my 1000-day journey, which we are starting, by the way, clockwise on the 4th of February, because that is the day the flying star energy lands for the year of the horse for 2026, which is what we count the beginning of me chronicling this journey. We're not going into all the life experience and the other experience we're going to talk about, and the intimate happy year that has led me to realizing I needed to begin chronicling these events. Pretty into doing digressions, so we will definitely take avenues, twists and turns. But this episode is going to be really focused on how to begin. How to begin. The first thing you may think to yourself, when you look around your house and you begin cracking open Feng Shui at all, is, oh my gosh, I'm a walking Feng Shui faux pas, paradox of chaos left and right. And that can easily happen even if you there's a lot of ways that can happen. As an artist, I went through my phase making some pretty heavy, angsty, morbid, depressed art. And, and some of it's, heavy for different reasons, but when you are picking out art for your home, and I mean, I'm not trying to say I want you to consider, if you have dark Gothic vibes, to turn your place into some Martha Stewart home. Right, buddy? We're not doing that. But the thing I want to immediately impress on about Feng Shui, as far as I am becoming aware at this point in time, is if anything is off balance. Like a first example that comes to mind is if you have a sink in front of your oven directly facing one another. Classically, those energies clash against one another. And we will go off on other episodes on the why and wherefore of that. But what to do is to balance it, because we don't all have the luxury of being able to do interior design work. Now, trust me, I would love for one day in the future us to be knocking down walls. That sounds fun. But today, one thing I want to bring this channel into focus on is the idea of doing this with less. A lot of people I see offering Feng Shui advice are, masterful, amazing, and, look like they live in palaces. But that's kind of the joy of Feng Shui, because when I started, and I will show photos of the journey and the chaos that has ensued, I came from a much larger space, which I invested in to have room for a library, a studio, and I am an enormous hunting, gathering, collecting pack rat for a while there of my collectibles. If they're worth something, it's not hoarding, right? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So that is where the journey really just keeps moving forward and begins, really, you could say, in Feng Shui. The first thing you can do, even if before you get out the Bagua map, declutter. I used to have over here 3 bookshelves going up this vaulted ceiling corner here. 3, like you're in some kind of Dr. Seuss wizard's cave, which is probably the best app description for this place. Right, buddy? That's right. So, how did I get rid of 5 bookshelves so far? I didn't throw all my movies away. I have over thousands. I got a notepad. Yes, you can do this in computer. Yes, you can do it with AI, whatever you are comfortable with. But my mom used to own a movie store, so I kind of have a categoric mind. So I, of course, complete with serial killer handwriting. This is 800 movies broken down into genre, category, and then alphabetized, and then put in 2 black cases that used to take up 3 bookshelves. So now if I want to watch one of those movies, flip through this real quick, figure out where it is in there pretty quick, and flip to it pretty quick. And it kind of, one of the joys of as you declutter is it kind of breathes a new life and perspective into the things you do own. You begin to appreciate what you do have, the less you have. And I think as that left my lips, I realized I was saying something more than I really even knew. That is what I bestow. So, no, but for an example, what immediately came to mind was like one of my most favorite Christmases I ever had was definitely one of my most humble ones. And so anyways, declutter is definitely stage 1. My week journey, what have I been doing? Starting from the 4th, radically working on the flying star energy that lands with the flying star energy for the horse, the year of the horse. And energetically, this is supposed to land on the 4th. And recalibrating from the new year, from the last year, is something that when you're new to Feng Shui, you maybe don't even expect. You probably think, oh, I can buy my neat little tapestry, position a flower here, keep it watered, wipe down my window, set it, forget it, get some green towels, and I'm good. No. Energy is always moving. It's always on the go. It's always transferring. It's a stream returning to the source and back again endlessly. And qi, kui, this is what happens when the new year comes for the horse, is you have all new celestial areas of the sky. Rama Si Jing. I probably horribly mispronounced that. I will do a lot better and have words coming up in future. This will be just the first episode, which we are just making sure to document. I am still in the process of creating the YouTube channel linked with the online channel, where you will be able to contact me, and I'll be doing all kinds of work. I can work with people's businesses and homes. But anyways, I am developing a website where people can access me and talk, community, and we can grow from there. And I will start with the clients I already have, telling their story, which I'm currently working with and collecting this past week. And that is really exciting news. And I look forward to sharing testimonies from them, maybe dragging some of them in here. Maybe you can meet my lovely hairdresser. She's quite fun people. She looks like she belongs in a John Waters movie. She's going to be great to put in front of a camera. Anyways, she's a rock star. Good old Melody. So anyways, but aside from neighbors in the area and other clientele that's growing, I'm trying to put the work in. And also what's fun about creating artwork to help me balance areas, like say the way my kitchen landed this year on the Bagua map.
Here's another one for you to look at. Go ahead and pause it. Do a quick screen cap if that helps.
Anyways, my area is the area for where I have to watch out for negative energy, for illness. So of course, I want my fridge to be spick and span. We want that bad boy scrubbed out good and proper. We want nothing on counter space. We want nothing stacked, and if it is stacked, we want things balanced. Let's take a look. Here we are. Say we have too many electronics stacked on one another, so I have to introduce more earth energy with this plant to help balance that. Things like that. And of course, keep the counters clean. Always wipe them. Use disinfectant that is natural. We'll have a whole episode on getting whatever you gotta do to have natural disinfectant, because if you're just dousing your place in chemicals, are you really detoxing anything, or are you just toxifying the hell out of the place? It's always a lot of balance, and it's really fun. Now, I will tell you, speaking of it's really fun, energy, the woo-woo. Now, yes, Feng Shui does seem to carry a certain amount of woo-woo, because not everyone grew up in a certain culture that was dissecting, the charts for energy on a different level than some other customs did, or haven't even caught up to. So I am from America, but I have the greatest admiration for Chinese medicine and the roots of acupuncture. Just we'll talk about how all the arts are connected, energy, the universe is within us, and so forth.
If you made it to the end of this video, I'd like to thank you very much. Your homework assignment is to declutter. Get rid of any stuff that doesn't serve you, vitalize you, or make you feel like it helps you move forward in your living space. And please, if you feel drawn to do so, please like, subscribe, share, and maybe leave a comment in the comment section. Maybe something along the lines of what you experienced while you were decluttering. Maybe if you got anything out of this video, or if you want to call me out or correct me on anything, let's talk about it. Or if you just want to, talk about some stuff that you've experienced, or maybe even, just chat with me. Let's do that. Reach out and let's start this community today. And I look forward to having y'all join me in my next episode. I'm going to be shooting for doing this weekly, and thanks for joining me on the journey through with 1,000 Days of Feng Shui. And that draws our first episode to a close. Thanks again for joining me. Goodbye.